Hi, my name is Dr. Jim Lees. I'm going to do a short podcast here for you. It's about how to easily lose weight and to get into shape, and it's easy to do if you know what you're doing. Um, Full disclosure, I've written some notes here just so that I don't forget anything, because I want you to get all the relevant information. I'm going to basically read the notes to you. I've got a PhD in biochemistry and a master's degree in molecular biology. Obviously that was done at university, but I've also personally studied human metabolism. And I've been doing sport and fitness, endurance, strength conditioning, and nutrition, all the good stuff, for about 40 years. But yeah, I've got science credentials, but I'm not going to bog you down with all that stuff. It's just going to put you to sleep. So I'm not going to hit you with any complicated science. If you want to go deeper on that, well, yeah, no, the internet's there for you. But what I'm going to do is just, people who just want to know how to lose a bit of weight and get healthy and get fit and strong. That's what I'm here for this one. What we're going to be doing here is predominantly looking at weight loss, just to start things off. So what I'm going to tell you something is maybe not something everyone is aware of. Unless you're doing a lot, and I'm talking hours of daily exercise is not the most effective way to lose weight. I mean, you will lose some weight when you do exercise, but like I say, you have to be doing a lot of exercise to use that as a weight loss program. Like I say, exercise does help a lot, but eating less food and better food is the most effective method for weight loss. Exercise is very, very strongly recommended, as it will promote a longer, more active, healthy lifespan. So the terms like use it or lose it, keep active, that should be at the front of your mind all the time. Yeah, So how do you deal with hunger while you reduce your food intake? When you start to do something new with the body often literally changes itself to do the new thing better. For instance, if you're always eating large meals regularly, the stomach or the gut or stomach, whatever you want to call it, becomes more relaxed and elastic to hold large volumes of food. Now the problem is that how the brain realizes when you're full of food and then tells you that you're full of food. That means that you have to make the stomach full of food, literally full of food. And what I'm saying is here, this keeps going because you're eating the same amount of food, and to ever feel full, you have to keep eating the same large amount of food. So you want to reverse that trend. Like I said, when the stomach becomes full, the brain tells you that you're no longer hungry. So if you've got an enlarged, a more relaxed stomach, and you need to fill that to full food, you're always going to need to put a lot of food in it to stay full. But the good news is that this gut relaxation elasticity, it also works in the opposite direction. What I'm trying to say here is reduced overall food intake causes the stomach to become less relaxed and less elastic, and therefore you start to feel full after eating smaller amounts of food. So depending on the individual, the process might take only 3 to 4 weeks, and you'll become acclimatized or get used to eating smaller amounts of food, and your stomach will feel full after eating smaller amounts of food. So I think the point I'm trying to make here is there is some willpower required here and there. But the feeling hungry stage of losing weight, it gradually eases as you go and should be over in about a month if you just stick to it. If you don't, crack and eat a big lump, eat a massive meal. If you can just stick to the smaller amount of food for maybe 3 to 4 weeks max, your body will adjust to that, and then your stomach will be full after eating a small amount of food. So what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people seem to think that to lose weight, they have to permanently be hungry and sort of like not getting enough to eat. That's not true. Your body acclimatizes to the new amount of food, the smaller amount of food, and then you get used to it. And then okay, you will have periods where you have willpower issues, and you want to just go and you just want to crack, and you want to go and get some junk food or something like that. Like sugar, stay away from sugar, please. Sugar just makes your body store fat, so stay away from sugar. But we'll talk about that more later, maybe in another podcast. The point I'm making here is you will not need to spend your life feeling hungry in order to stay in shape. That's just a fact. And when you're going through the sort of reduced food sort of phase where you're just adjusting to the new smaller amount of food, there's some tips that will help you get through it. So, I mean, a lot of people struggle with sort of not eating between meals. So, and you really should not eat between meals if you're trying to lose weight. That's obviously just common sense, I guess. But what I'm saying is, so there's some tips to avoid eating between meals. Hot drinks help a lot. Black tea and black coffee is particularly effective. I think maybe, the caffeine jolt, it gives you energy, it gives you enthusiasm, and then so you don't feel like you need, and you think, I can definitely make it to the next meal. And that gradual over time, it's like your body, how your body adjusts quite quickly to things that you ask it to do. I mean, if you think about it, if you want to get better at running, you go running, and if you keep up the running practice and stuff, as long as you have good rest periods, you do get better at running. It's the same with weightlifting or anything like that. You go to the gym, you lift heavy weights, you have to have a recovery period to let yourself heal after the workout, and gradually you get bigger and stronger because you're lifting heavy weights. The body changes, and your mind changes, your brain changes, everything changes, so that it'll all become used to the new normal, and the new normal is you being fit, in good shape, and very healthy, and hopefully live a longer and happier and great life. So, I mean, that pretty much covers it just now. There will be more podcasts coming. I just thought I'd get this one out quickly because, a lot of people do think that exercise is the best way to lose weight, and they're not losing weight, and they wonder why they're doing it. They'll go to the gym, they'll train for half an hour or something, and then they think you can go back and have 3 pizzas. It doesn't work like that. It's a little bit of willpower, but like I say, there's ways around that, and it gets easier. Like I say, you're not going to be hungry all the time. You're going to eventually get in good shape and stay there, and it'll just be the normal for you. You won't have any difficulties. So I hope that this has helped in some way, and I'm going to maybe a few more podcasts later as we talk to other things about like what kind of stuff should you be eating and what kind of stuff you shouldn't be eating. But we'll just say it again. Stay away from sugar. I mean, I know it's appealing and everything. And before I go, I'm not saying you can't ever have cakes and you can't ever have sugar. I'm saying sugar, cakes, that kind of junk is for Christmas parties or birthday parties or just rare occasions, and that's okay because everybody, even the most disciplined people in the world, they'll eventually crack and go buy a bar of chocolate. I've done that a few times, and I'm fairly disciplined. I've been doing this, like I say, for a very long time. So I don't eat meat between meals, and I eat the right foods and whatnot. But like I say, a bar of chocolate 3 or 4 times a year. Well, it's maybe less than it, but you can crack. But as long as your normal life is eating healthy and properly, and you're going to be just fine. So I'm going to leave you at that, and I hope I've helped in some way. Like, you can lose weight if you're thinking you don't know how, you can't lose weight, you can't do it, you can't cope with you're going to have problems with eating between meals. You can, and if you just want it enough, you'll definitely do it, and then it becomes normal, and then it's not difficult. It just becomes the way you are. So good luck with that, and I hope everything works well for you. Bye.